Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a chatty get ready with me where I answer all of your questions that you've left for me in my community feed. Thank you so much for doing that. There's also a ton of new subscribers here. I am so proud to have all of you as part of my community here. It means a lot that you've subscribed to my channel, and to all of my returning subscribers, mwah, thank you so much for being here. Okay, before we get into this video, you know the drill. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so that you don't miss anything here on Style Domination. All right, let's answer some questions. Right, so I always do this. I need to film a get ready with me video and I forget and I start doing my makeup in the bathroom and think, oh, I should be filming this. So I'm sorry, I already have my foundation and concealer on. I'll show you quickly what I'm using. I am using the Bare Minerals, the original powder foundation, and I'm using color Warm Dark W45. And I have been using, you guys know that I am a Bobbi Brown fan. I love their Instant Full Coverage Concealer, but I've switched and I'm now using Hourglass's Vanish Concealer. I just find it a little less thick, easier to apply, and this color in Umber, it's the Vanish Concealer in Umber, is just a perfect match for me. So I am gonna put just a little bit more on because I've been using Latisse to grow my eyelashes and it makes your eyelids a little dark. Ta-da! Let us do this first question here. I've got them on my phone. All right, Haircare, and this is from Essie's Vibe. What's your ultimate hair length goal? I don't really have a hair length goal. I've always honestly just focused on my hair's health. But I do like the length. It is a bit much. I would say my hair is about to here now. It's kind of getting everywhere and starting to annoy me. I think in the summer it might be a bit hot, but I do like the length. What is a hair staple that you cannot live without? Probably my silk bonnet for sleeping. You know, there's tons of great shampoos and conditioners and whatever out there. I can always find another one if my favorites get discontinued. But my bonnet I really like because it's big and it's soft and there's no weird knobs on it that hurt. It's my staple. What do you do to your hair when you work out? So I usually wear my hair like this. I slick it back. I make sure that the edges are slicked back as well, because when your hair gets wet from sweat, and if my hair is loose, it'll just get puffy and a little unruly. I don't love that look, so I find just tying it back and making sure that it's nice and slick and sleek assures that my hair will stay straight later. But I always wear it in a bun anyways, so I will get a kink in the hair. Sometimes if I'm weight training and I know I won't be sweating too much, I will just wear my hair out. That's mainly what I do for working out. Sometimes I wear a headband along my edges to keep them nice and flat. Okay, so my next question is a child-free life question. I knew I would get a lot of these. So this is by Annie89 Ottawa. Love your vids, Dominique. I'm getting married soon and was wondering how you made the decision to be child-free and how you brought up that topic, life choice, as a potential option with your partner. Any regrets? I hope that's not too personal. Okay, so before I answer this question, I'm gonna put a little blush on. I'm using Kiar Weiss. This is their cream blush in the color Lovely. See that? This brand, this beauty brand, is bonkers. The quality is so lovely. Like, this weighs like 2 pounds. And they're refillable. How did I come to my child-free decision? So there's a few reasons I decided to go child-free. I feel I'm not the most maternal person. I do like kids, but never really aspired to have any of my own. I don't know, I've always thought that way ever since I was a little kid. When I was in my 20s, I did think that it would be nice to have 2 little baby boys. But yeah, I was never one of those girls who's like, oh, you know, I want to be a mom. This is my main goal in life. Also, we have a pretty terrible hereditary disease in our family. It's genetic and it passes down to 50% of your children. My dad has it. He needed a kidney transplant. It's called polycystic kidney disease. And I just didn't want to saddle my children with that. It's an awful, awful disease. A lot of the people in my family have died from it, or needed a kidney transplant. It's pretty heavy duty, and yeah, I just didn't want to put that on a little kid. I'm gonna do my eyeshadow now, and I'm using a little NARS palette that they sent me at Christmas. It is beautiful. This palette is the Orgasm palette. It's just a little travel. There are the colors. They're fabulous, and I think I will do these two, maybe these three. I got engaged when I was 24, and my husband and I, we didn't really talk about having kids or whatever. He was never really into having children. I knew that, but we never did have like an in-depth discussion about becoming parents. And then, yeah, when I was about, gosh, I would say like my late 20s, I just decided, no, this isn't for me. And I spoke to my husband about it. It was very open, but I'm telling you guys, communication is the key to a strong marriage. You really should be discussing your finances and kids and whatever your goals are with your significant other before you really commit to each other, because you don't want to make that sort of huge mistake of getting married and then one of you doesn't want kids and it's a real sticking point. So that's how I came to that decision. I absolutely have no regrets whatsoever. So I am going to go in and do my eyebrows now. I am using Charlotte Tilbury's The Brow Lift, and the color I am using is Natural Black. I'm sorry that they're no longer named after supermodels. Anyways, let's do these eyebrows. One of the questions I received was, did I microblade my eyebrows? Yes, I did about 3 years ago. I should have them touched up. All right, let's read another question. This is from Maritza McKinney. You recently did a promotion for Burt's Bees skincare line and your makeup was absolutely beautiful. Will you do a detailed tutorial on the fresh face, glowy, no makeup look? Okay, this is what I'm going for here, but I will forego the Burt's Bees products today because there's a few that I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so Denisha is asking, what are your thoughts on uneven hair growth? Do you have any tips, tricks, advice on rectifying the issue? The back of my hair, more so the back right quadrant, grows much slower and seems to be of a different texture. Thank you in advance. So I had that problem for a really long time, and I felt it was from always having my hair in a low bun. And so the back would break. And I feel it's the tightness from the hair elastics that causes it to break in that section. Also, the crown of your hair is typically a little more coarse and rough and needs to be babied a bit more. So what I did is I got a trim to even out that section, and then I started using protective styles and just alternating where I put the hair elastic. And that seemed to really, really help. My hair really grew back in the center, in the middle. And I really focused on deep conditioning the crown of my hair because it just always seemed really coarse and dry and like it would just be a little bit easier to break. So I really babied it. So I always make sure those eyebrows are okay. I always give that advice in my hair care tutorials. Add your deep conditioner to the spots of your hair that need it the most first. So your ends, the crown, the nape, the edges, and the conditioner will just work a little bit longer. So give that a try. Also, you said the right back quadrant. I think a lot of women wear their purse straps and catch their hair underneath it because I had the same thing. This side of my hair wasn't growing as fast. The ends looked all broken and split. When I really made the effort to make sure that my hair wasn't underneath my purse strap, it started to grow back more evenly. So Lena is asking, do you think taking the collagen supplements are helping with your hair growth? I just started my relaxed hair journey as well and drinking collagen, etc. So yeah, I do. I've been taking my collagen supplements pretty regularly, and I've been doing so for, gosh, a year now. I use Weber Naturals Collagen 30 line. It comes in a powder. They have tablets, they have gummies, the whole 9 yards, and I just feel that my hair is really thriving, and my skin, like my skin hasn't been this good in forever. Like I'm definitely noticing with that. And I'm also noticing my nails are growing like crazy. Yeah, my hair, skin, and nails have just been fantastic, and I would highly recommend collagen to anybody. You know, there is scientific evidence out there that if you are eating a balanced diet, you don't need all these vitamin supplements. So why not exhaust every avenue? If you're trying to grow your hair or bounce back from a setback, yeah, why not take some hair supplements? It can't hurt. Okay, so I am collaborating with Amazon Beauty. They have sent me a whole bunch of stuff, including one of my favorite mascaras of all time. This is Maybelline Lash Sensational. And, you know, you guys know, I like to spend money on everything, but I find mascara is mascara is mascara. I know we all have our favorite ones, but I stopped buying really expensive mascaras and just stuck to this one. I always start with my bottom lashes. If you guys aren't on this Maybelline Lash Sensational tip, you need to get on it. I mean, it's just fantastic. Look at the difference. Amazing. Okay, the eyes are done. Love that. Okay, so our next question is from Olivia. What are your tips for maintaining love and longevity in a relationship? That is such a great question. Okay, I'm gonna focus on lips now. Amazon sent me this Eucerin Aquaphor lip repair. I'm obsessed with this stuff. Like, I have Aquaphor everywhere. It is the best lip balm, honestly. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this, just so you know, the body glow today. Amazon also sent this Weleda Skin Food Body Butter. So good. That is what it looks like. I highly recommend this to anybody. Look at how thick and rich that is. And it smells so good. It smells like lemon vanilla. Oh, get it. Okay, so maintaining love and longevity in a marriage. So honestly, like I've said, communication is key. Okay, I'm using another product by Kiara Weiss. I just love pulling these out of my purse. They're so pretty. This color is called Sincere. And again, this is clean beauty. It's such great quality. My Canadian subscribers, you can get this at Detox Market. I would not recommend ordering from the site. It's an American brand and they charge, I think, $67 US to ship to Canada. And I'm using the Kiara Weiss Fascination Lip Gloss. Okay, so the key to maintaining love and marriage is communication. Like, if you are pissed at your significant other, just don't like swim in your resentment. Don't wallow in your resentment. Talk to him, talk to her. All right, I am done for makeup. This is my dewy, glowy look. It's very easy, very simple, very dom. All right, next question. Okay, so Roberta Symes is asking, absolutely love following you, Miss Dominique. What are your 4 favorite places in the world that you have already visited? What are the 4 places that you would love to visit and why? Okay, so 4 of my favorite places in the world that I visited are Peru, Australia. I'm from England, so I'm biased. I love England. I loved Italy. Like, France in general was just fabulous. And I personally really love the States. Don't come at me, but I loved LA, I love New York, so on and so forth. So I loved Rome. Like, I love Italy because the culture is so fantastic. The food is fantastic. I loved walking around and seeing buildings that were older than Canada. You know, my family's from the islands too. Barbados is just, I just think Barbados is stunningly beautiful. So 4 places that I would love to visit are the Maldives. It just looks stunning. I've been trying to get Ryan on board to visit the Maldives forever, but he doesn't seem all that jazzed to go, but I'm going, that's for sure. Like, that crystal clear water, those cute little huts in the ocean, I've got to go. It just looks magical. I would love to do an African safari and then end up in Cape Town. Again, the beaches, they just look fabulous. It seems like it's a really vibrant place as well. And like an African safari, I just want to, I want to go to Kenya or Tanzania or whatever and I just want to see the elephants and the zebras and the, you know, the hippos and rhinos and the whole 9 yards. I would love, love, love that. Where else do I want to go? I am going to Portugal. I hope to make this happen this summer. It just looks fantastic. It looks like, you know, all the great things of Europe without all the expense. I can't think of a fourth right now, but let's come back to that. Okay, so Lindaway Dubé is asking, what challenges, if any, have you had being in an interracial marriage? What advice do you have for someone getting into one? Thanks. So the only challenges, I feel like me being Black and Ryan being white, frankly, the two cultures, that's what makes us so rock solid. I find the differences in cultures and even, you know, just dealing with some of the ignorance that we've had to deal with over the years has made us stronger. Our two families coming together, we've just learned so much from each other. Yeah, again, you know, communication is key with any marriage, any partnership, interracial or not. Challenges I have are pretty surface level. So for instance, we'll be shopping together at the grocery store or whatever, and here's a great example. Ryan will put all the groceries on the conveyor belt, and then I'll start adding groceries, and the cashier will be like, hold on, I'm not done with him yet. And then I'm always like, oh, he's my husband. And she's like, oh, sorry. Or we'll go out to a restaurant and the server will, when it comes time to pay, they always assume we're separate. Like, just give him the bill. He's paying. Like, they never think we're a couple. When we'd walk into rooms holding hands, you know, people look at us like we have 5 heads. You know, I live in Ottawa, Canada. It's not the most, I feel, you know, multiracial place. You know, you go to places like Toronto or Vancouver and it's a real melting pot. I don't know, we will still get weird looks if we're walking down the street hand in hand, or not weird looks, people just stare, and it's like, you know, get over yourself. It's so dumb at this point. I will get a lot of blowback from Black people. Over the years, I have had white friends ask me what it's like being in an interracial marriage, but I will say a lot of Black people will just be so direct with their frank disapproval of our relationship. I can't tell you how many times women will say to me, or like people will say to me, there's so many fine Black men out there. Why are you doing this to yourself? You're disrespecting yourself. You're disrespecting your race. And that obviously is really, really hurtful, but it's none of your damn business. And if you don't like seeing our, you know, white on Black love, turn your head. So yeah, those are really the only challenges that I have faced over, you know, our lengthy, gosh, 17-year marriage. Both of our parents were very accepting. You know, we started dating when I was 15. So yeah, our parents knew each other. There was never, ever a problem with that I know of. Okay, so Natural Woman 605, she is asking, can you share your networking tips and the best way to advance your brand? Also, how do you get invites to the prestigious events you attend? Invite only? Do you search them out, etc.? Any advice for 20-somethings building their business would be great. Okay, so I used to network a lot. I feel like networking is the key to building a successful brand if you are an influencer. So, you know, I live in a really, like, a very government political town, so we'd have networking events all the time for small business owners, whatever. I would go to all of them. That's how I got my contract with Ford and Lincoln Motors. I sat next to their PR guy at some networking event. When I travel, I try to meet up with other influencers, sort of. I find a lot of influencers really weird and really kind of competitive. I've had some really weird run-ins with some of these people, so I'm a bit of a guarded person, so I'm trying to build a brand. I'm not trying to cater to other influencers per se. I will go to influencer events and, you know, meet other people so that I can find the right fit, the right person to collaborate with. Other than that, I don't tend to network too much with actual other influencers. When I started out, I also had a media kit made by a graphic designer that listed all of my achievements, accomplishments, brand collaborations, like the big important ones. And every brand that I would approach, like back then when I was starting out, I would pitch myself to brands all the time. I don't need to do that anymore. I'm at a really great place with my own, with my own brand, and a lot of them have been reaching out to me. I'm also very fortunate to work with some great PR people, and when they leave a PR agency to work with another one, they'll take their contact list with them. I don't think they're supposed to do that, but they do anyways. I'm grateful for it, because then that PR person working with a specific makeup brand will move to another, let's say, skincare brand, and will remember me and, you know, kick me some work. So I love that. And that leads me to my next point, which is always being professional. When you're an influencer and when you reach a certain level, you're really visible and you have like this whole like following of people that love you. So when you're out and about, you get approached. Like I get recognized when I go out pretty often now. You always have to be nice to everybody because you wouldn't be anywhere without them. So I love going out. I do love meeting new people. I love meeting my supporters, and, you know, always being professional with everybody you meet. When you're really professional and you're really easy to work with and everybody likes you, they'll remember you and put you forward for more jobs. That's basically how I grew. So yeah, my first tip would be build a media kit and start sending it out to brands. Like look up the PR companies in your neighborhood, in your city, and start sending them out. And I think if you're starting out, yeah, it's a really good idea to reach out to other influencers that you respect that are in your niche. So I hope that helps. Oh, sorry, for events, the brands I work with or the PR companies will reach out to me and invite me. I do have a talent manager who manages me, and you know, she has some great contacts as well. And when I travel, I reach out to the PR companies, the good ones in whatever city, and I ask, are there any events that you're holding that, you know, I could be invited to that you think are a good fit? And yeah, that usually works. Okay, this is a really good question. What was your level up journey like from childhood to now? And that's from I Am Essence. Okay, I feel like I've had a major level up journey, a major glow up physically and mentally. I moved to Canada when I was about 3 years old from London, England. And my parents, my mom especially, was just all about her kids doing really, really well. So we went to good schools. I played violin and piano and all of that stuff, but I was a major nerd. Like I wasn't popular in school or anything, but I had my little group of friends. And I feel like sometimes we get stuck in that mindset when you have like a glow up or you level up, and you literally need to look at your accomplishments and remember that you're not that scrawny, dorky kid from, you know, secondary school or whatever. Physically, I was really skinny and I had lots of thick hair that I couldn't control, so it always looked crazy. I had terrible acne, and that really did a number on my self-confidence in high school. And I had a unibrow. Kids were mean. Kids would make fun of me constantly, and I felt kind of insecure. And because I got made fun of a lot, I felt like a coping mechanism was using my humor, and I was a big mouth. I would make fun of people and be mean and whatever, and I feel like it was honestly strictly because I was an unhappy, insecure kid. So I feel like when I found fitness, when I got into fitness, that really boosted my self-confidence, and I no longer needed to, you know, hide under the cloak of humor to get along with people. And then I found out how to take care of my hair, the right makeup colors for me. I defined my own personal style, and I feel that's how I leveled up that way. And then I always, like, I was talking to my mom, and she always said that even as a kid, I would always be like, I want to be a businesswoman. I want to be my own boss, blah, blah, blah. For a long time, I wanted to be a doctor, but my math marks weren't good enough. But I always wanted to be my own boss. And that was cemented when I started working in government. Government was just not a right fit for me because there's no creativity. And I feel like the red tape just sucked the fun out of everything. And that's when I really started researching you know, how to become my own boss. Like, how can I really, like, I loved my blog, I loved the social media, and I was good at it. I was good at photography and writing, and that set me apart from the crowd. And I thought to myself long and hard, like, how can I make this a business? So I sat down with successful business people. You are the company you keep. Always remember that. So, you know, I have been fortunate to always be surrounded by good people and people who inspire me. And see, that's another reason why I don't really hang out with too many other influencers, because I'm not always inspired by them. I keep my blinders on, so I'm not subconsciously copying what I see on Instagram or TikTok as well. And if I want to create content, I think to myself, like, how can I make this new and fresh and compelling? And that right there really grew my business. Brands loved that. So yeah, you know, sitting with people who run successful businesses, and like, I wasn't picky. Sorry, I just moved the tripod. I wasn't picky. Like, I would speak to, you know, the tech guy, the successful tech guy, or the restaurant owner, or the hairstylist, or the makeup artist who's killing it, and just learn tips on how to really run a business. And, you know, if you want to become an influencer, it's more than just pretty pictures and cool video and getting free stuff and whatever. It's hard. It's a lot of work. A lot, like, you know, influencing doesn't get the respect it deserves. When I was working 2 jobs, it was like 2 full-time jobs. So yeah, you really need to get on the business aspect of things in order to run a successful business, and you need to invest in yourself as well. Like, so many influencers I know will spend $5,000 on a handbag and then balk at taking $5,000 worth of photography courses or writing classes, or using that money to travel to influencer events or PR events. If you really want to level up, you need to invest in your business. So that's another thing I did as well. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at dominique.baker, and TikTok at Dominique Baker Official. I love you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for part 2 of my Q&A. Love you.